Hello there, all of YouTube. I'm UltimateGame8, and this is my response to Jubilife TV's think tank on the new Pokemon games Black and White. And on this video, I'll be talking mostly about the new legendaries Reshiram and Zekrom. Alright, we're going to begin this with Reshiram. Everyone seems to know that Reshiram's head resembles that of Suicune and the other, well, I'll say legendary mammals, the 2 dogs, 1 cat. Also, well, actually, that's pretty predictable because when you look at it, it does look like Suicune's little mane thing going on. But another thing that I've noticed that no one else has mentioned is that Reshiram's wings, if you look at them, look kind of like Lugia's, which is funny because everyone's going around saying that. I'll get to this later. But everyone's saying that the new legendaries resembled old legendaries. Some say that's a coincidence. Some say that's just lack of creativity. Actually, I think I kind of find it as a message of what they're going to do for Pokemon Gray and what they're trying to state here. Because if you look at Zekrom, Zekrom looks like, as we all know, Palkia. But what other features do we notice? He definitely looks on his head. He definitely has the Darkrai's little flare hair thing. And oddly enough, if you look at him in the right way, he looks a little bit like Dialga, or has some features like Dialga, and also, I want to say Groudon. But that's just me on the Groudon half. But he does look a bit like Dialga, Palkia, and Darkrai. That few, if you're one of the few, have seemed to notice. And these features, I really feel, can help us interpret these games more before they even come out. No one really knows the theme this time. We've all done speculation on the types, but that hasn't done much. We don't really know the theme or what these Pokemon really stand for. It's kind of like, well, in counting, we've had, let's see, Moon and Sun, that was Gold and Silver. We've had Sea versus Earth versus Sky. That was Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. And we had Time, Space, and Darkness. That was Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. So what do these two stand for? Some people like to believe that it's the whole good technology, bad technology, when you look at the last end of their names, Ram and Rom. But there's a problem with that, and that is, one of the few rules that Pokemon has is when they make 2 games, or even with any Pokemon, they never make it so that it's actually evil. They make it so that the Pokemon is interpreted as evil or bad, but they never really make a Pokemon evil. And even in the movies, the Pokemons that you would think are the bad guys aren't really bad guys. They're just doing what they do naturally. Because Pokemon are like the animals of that world. But that kind of, for me, kills the whole good technology versus bad technology. Reshiram being good, Zekrom being bad technology. But it brings up the other possible thing, which is nature versus technology. Because look at Reshiram. Well, actually, look at Zekrom. Zekrom, if you notice, you've obviously noticed, Zekrom has, he looks kind of like a machine. He looks like a machine. Because he has all these little lines and markings that you would see on our tech stuff today. He looks like he's made out of metal. He has this turbine-like tail in the back, which I'm glad everyone nowadays is actually noticing as a turbine or jet engine. But it looks like he has a turbine on his tail. He has all these plates, and even his eye looks like that robotic glow. And I was joking about this, but this actually could be major. I was joking about this with my friend, because when we first saw him, it's like, ha ha ha, Pokemon sent back a Terminator. And I think that actually could mean something. But let's look at Reshiram, the exact opposite of Zekrom, not only in games, but if you look at him, he looks more biological. There are no little creek lines and stuff that make him look like a machine. He just looks biological, naturally made. Like something you can say, oh, this is made out of cells and stuff. And Zekrom, that was something Tony Stark made overnight. And Reshiram just looks so angelic, natural, and Zekrom looks so... the machine from hell. Pardon my French if anyone's offended by that word. And this just really makes me want to go on the whole nature versus technology thing, and it makes more sense. Also, in my opinion, I think that's a good follow-up to the coming out of Avatar, if you haven't really known. Let me see. Oh, like I said before, this actually kind of gives light to what the third legendary may look like, because when you think about it, you got second generation, fourth generation. It's kind of interesting because, well, how should I put this? It's obvious, well, kind of a guess, if they're basing things off the second generation and fourth generation. Look there, the third legendary is probably going to be based off the third generation games, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Pretty much a Pokemon that will have to deal with land, sea, and sky. Earth itself, initially. Probably looks something like Latios, body like Groudon, arms like Kyogre, something like that. I'm not really sure, but, ooh, I'm running out of time here. Go ahead, you can go ahead and post your ideas and comments. They probably will be, well, they'll probably be better than mine. And other than that, I will be out, and see you next month.